Woo, yeah. All right. Strength family, what's going on? Glad you guys are here on the channel today. Woo. Doing a little arm day today. Obviously, little alternating curls. Having some fun. Jen's over there doing some concentration curls. Granted, you can't see her, she's off camera, but.
That's okay.
But oh yeah. Finally got the new dumbbells in the house. So now that we got those in the house, I don't know if you guys can see some of those or not, but finally got all the way up to our hundreds. So having some fun with 65s, tossing them around. Might go up a little bit. Maybe try to give the 75s a whirl. But it's just nice finally having some heavy weights again and not having to use, oh, my Olympic dumbbells where they're, oh. Some of you guys might use these, but I can tell you what, sitting here and using like 25-pound Olympic weights for bench press and all that, and you're using these things, you try getting around your legs or anything like that, holy crap. Great for traps, great for, you know, doing rows and things like that, but they have their purpose. So not too bad. But with all the new stuff, it's definitely nice. So hopefully you guys are getting out there, getting it done. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna go up a little bit and yeah, okay, there might be, oh, you're doing a little bit of swinging, you're doing a little bit of this, you're doing a little bit of that. Well, to each his own. A little bit of swing isn't a bad thing. I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing. So at that point, one of the things I like to do is a lot of times when people will curl, they'll curl and they'll come up here and they maybe curl to about there. You're doing hammer curls. Great, you're gonna have a big portion of your forearm and you're still working a little bit of bicep, but I try to, as soon as I break past my leg, to flip it over and get it into that bicep. And then the other portion is I try to keep my hand right over my shoulder. So I'm kind of rolling it in. Like if I was getting ready to do, you know, like an uppercut, if I was coming in and I was gonna throw an uppercut, or I was gonna roll in and throw an uppercut. It's similar to that. So when I go, you know, I'm pulling this one, and then as I'm coming down, I'm here and I kind of roll and then I pull this one. So I'm kind of sliding my hip out of the way so I can pull. So to do that, you're gonna get a little bit of kind of rocking motion. But if you start cheating too much, well then yeah, stop it. But let's go up. Let's go. Yeah. Go a little bit heavier. Oh. Now I got 8 with that. That was fun. But alternating curls can still be something that you can go heavy with. You know, to where it's not a pure bodybuilder. It's a beautiful hybrid. You know, you can do it for straight going nuts and trying to throw as much weight around as you want, or you can really tighten it up and you can make it work for you in hypertrophy and things like that. So it's a beautiful movement. But today we're going a little heavy. Oh, yes. Oh yes, we're going a little heavy. So I'm gonna see if I can get maybe 6 with 75s. I just want to see if I can get my arm strength back up again. Oh. Woo. Woo. Holy shit, I spit on myself. Well, I only got 5. Only got 5. Oh, but I haven't been able to throw any heavy weights around, so I'm happy with that. I'll take that. Nothing wrong with that. So I got 5. I want to get back to getting that to 10. So, and I'm going to put my mouthpiece in next time. But I want to get this back up to getting it for 10, which was kind of my commonplace. And then if I felt like going nutty, I would, go to heavier weight. But this was, excuse me, back at the gym, this is pretty much my normal go-to with 75s. Do it for 8 to 12. I can tell carnivore diet has dropped my strength down a little bit. And I'm on week 7.
Something like that.
So we're 7 weeks of doing carnivore. I mean, weight's coming down. I noticed, pants are fitting a little better, and I've dropped about 20 pounds. How much have you dropped?
I haven't weighed myself in a while. It's usually about
I can say, I thought you were about like 15.
12 to 15.
Yeah, so, and Jenny's lost about 15 on it. What do we notice so far on, going carnivore? Yeah, your strength's gonna go down, but anything that you're doing is, pulling your calories down, because, what I used to eat and what I'm eating now, I mean, there's a deficiency there. I'm probably eating 1,500 calories less a day than what I used to be, and it's not because I'm trying to make it go there. It was just I was eating that much processed junk to where it was like, oh my God, just so many people forget about it. They forget that, how many carbs did you really eat that day? Oh, well, I had 480. It's like, holy shit. It just, not a lot of people, people just don't look at the back of their whatever carton, and they just eat. And when it got brought to my attention, where it's like,
you're eating too much.
Yeah, I'm eating too much. And at that point, when you're trying to give advice to people and you can't keep the plate away from yourself, well, that's not really going to be too good of advice. So at that point, it was kind of a time to, put up or shut up. And hey, I want to lose some weight, look a little bit better for her, look a little bit better for me, and, just feel better all around. So we started doing that. Strength has dropped. But again, anybody on any form of a diet, you're going to lose strength. So I'm just trying to keep my size. And I will say, with doing everything and taking measurements and all that, the most that inches I've lost is right here. Just right around that midsection. And I still got more to go. I still got a lot more to go. But arm-wise, I think I've dropped 1/4 of an inch in my arms. Chest, I think, has gone down maybe 1.5 inches. My waist has gone down, I know it's over 4 inches. Legs are still right around the same. I'm like 28 on the thigh. Nothing, it's not big monster quads, but still decent there. So everything's mainly coming off this midsection where all my fat was being stored. So how is it not a bad thing? So if this can be a life change, it's not horrible. It's not like, oh man, 2 more weeks and I'm done and I don't have to worry about it. No. We make it a life change, and it's January. I mean, we still got February, March, April, May. So I still got 4 more months if I can keep doing this and everything keeps working right. Hey, come summertime, we'll be looking good. Looking sexy. Yeah. Be a sexy man. All right, another set.
Yep.
See if I can back up that 5. Ooh. Yeah. Nope. Oh, damn. Woo. That was too damn sloppy. That one was sloppy. Not worth committing to that one. Oh, but still got it for another 5. So now, 2 sets of 5. Hey, great. Made my 10. The number that I wanted to hit. So it was just kind of a, if I want to still get 10 at 75, all right, it took me 2 sets to get there. All right, now let's see, maybe next week I can get 6 and 4. or 7 and 3 or whatever adds up to 10. So at that point, eventually work it to where I can get it for that full 10. I might next week maybe try this for another set of 5, so that I do a 3x5, and then I'm going to bounce back down to the 65s, work a set there, and then I'm done. So at that point, I'm basically doing with this of a heavy set about 4 sets. Again, there'll be maintenance time where maybe I'm just feeling a little undernutritioned, or sleep was a little goofy or something like that. Well, then I'll put it into more of like a maintenance routine, and then at that point, I might drop it to where I'm doing 50s for 15, or something like that. But today didn't feel bad. Plus, we just got the new dumbbells in, so it was one of those things where it's like, I want to use my damn dumbbells. So I would say I'm not working up to 95s or 105s anytime soon. But still felt good. Whew. So yeah, then at that point, there's a nice little drop to this that we'll show in another video. Like I said, I figured it was just going to be alternating curls today, just to kind of give you guys an idea of some different ideas of setups and maybe even workups. Get to a weight that you can get 5s with, maybe 6s with, and you want to work that up to a 10. Well, I explained how I end up trying to do that. That's one of a dozen different ways of trying to do it. But that's what I'm doing right now. So we'll go back down, drop it 10 pounds, see if I can add it back up to where I can get, say, 8 reps with this. Or honestly, since this is the last set, go balls to the wall, many as you can get. This is the last of the big heavy stuff. I already did my standing curls, got done doing that, and that to me, that's always heavy. I mean, when are you at your strongest? In the beginning. If you sit here and do like really tight form, intricate little curls and all that stuff, well then you start burning up all your secondary muscles and things like that. I want to work my primaries in the beginning. That's when they're going to be the strongest. I don't want to, possibly chip away at them and then have a possibility or prone to injury that I'm going to do, heavy standing curls or a real heavy preacher curl or something like that towards the middle or the end. I mean, imagine doing it at the end. You sit there and do all your burnout stuff. I'm going to do 15, I'm going to do 20, all in the beginning, and I'm only going to do 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and I'm going to try to get sets of 20. I'm going to do all that, go through all that. Now I'm going to load the bar up with 160 pounds, 180 pounds, and I'm going to try to go as hard as I can. Think about it. You're telling me you don't think that all of a sudden you'd have a better chance or better opportunity to fold your frickin' bicep up or rip it right off the bone? Yeah, you do. So do it in the beginning. All the heavy shit in the beginning, then we slowly work on building everything up towards the middle and the end. Enough talking, let's rock and roll. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, come on, come on. Yeah. Oh, no, damn it. Oh, that shit wasn't happening. Woo. Oh, but you gotta go to that failure, especially if it's on that last set. Whatever the state of that exercise is. Whatever it is. I did the same thing on doing my standing curls. This is where it gets kind of thin to ice, you know, where some people will kind of move things around. My 2 cents on this. If I'm going to work my way up, I got a certain number in my head that I want to work to, and I want to get that number, you know, I'll make it up. 160 pounds on standing curls, and I want to get it for 5. Well, I'm not going to sit there and do like 120, 115 and do as many as I possibly can and then expect to get to that 160 mark and be able to do it. That's not how I'm going to get my strength up. You will get stronger, yes, but this is how I get my strength up. So then when I get to that point, then in my mind, I finally hit that high side. I'm no longer at 100% worth of strength. So then after that point, I'll start dropping down. And then when it's at the end of the day of that routine, I'll just many as I can get. Same thing here. You know, I kind of worked up, and I could have struggled and tried on a couple of those, and I kind of sort of did, but I was like, no, I'm good. I'm saving it. That's why I went to here. Take a couple of rest, pause, breaths. You know what I mean? What I always tell people is, you know, if you think you're done, and you think you're cooked, and you think you're done, and it's like, that's all that I got, do this one thing. At the end of your set, whatever it is, open it up. Let's just say it's curls. Open it up, let it sit, open and control your arms, and you're going to open and close the bicep in this sense. We're just going to move it around. What we're going to try to do is just get that blood flowing. So just take them here, open and close them, right? I know you're thinking open, close, but just rotate them then. And then at that point, 3 big breaths. And then at that point, go. And you'll be surprised. You'll be able to get a couple more out of the tank. You can do this on bench press. You can do this on arms. You can do this on that stuff. That rest pause, and I'm saying use this on the end set. That rest pause will give you a little bit more out of the tank, and your body will thank you for it big time. So anyways, a little bit of tips and tricks on some alternating curls. I'm going to go on to my next session. So again, glad you guys stuck around on the channel. Hopefully you guys made it all the way to the end here. Do appreciate it. And again, like always, like, subscribe, please share. Like I said many times before, we're trying to hit that 1,000 mark, and we'd really appreciate it if you guys would kind of be the army out there and send it out. Facebook, TikTok, you know, share it any way that you can. I would be super appreciative of it. So thank you again, guys, and we will holler at you again later. So, oh yeah.